Hey, good morning, Indiana. Welcome to Who's Left This Week, the only unapologetically progressive Sunday morning news and talk show for the Hoosier state. My name is Scott Aaron Rogers. I am broadcasting from Bloomington, and I have got a packed show today with a great panel of guests set to join me. They will join us here momentarily, but first, just a brief bit of housekeeping. I invite you, if you will, to follow us at whosleft.us. That is the website where you can support this project with a paid subscription. Would really appreciate that. Would also appreciate a follow on social media, where whosleft.us is also my handle on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads. Drop the US at Who's Left is my handle on the rest of them. Find me there. Now, you may notice that I've got a lot less logos and a lot less housekeeping than I did last week. We are no longer affiliated with the Project Next Network. I appreciate you for finding me today over here on my own feed. I do briefly want to address that departure. Now, despite what you may have heard in certain sectors, this was a mutual decision, and both parties came to an agreement, or came to the decision sort of independently and at the same time, that our partnership wasn't exactly working. Now, look, I was never a great fit for what they're trying to do there. I am unapologetically brash and progressive, and their goal is to present information without the quote, fear, hate, and division. This is a worthy goal. It is important to have these conversations with your neighbors, and we should continue to have these conversations with our neighbors across whatever divides we may have. But it is important to distinguish between Republican voters and MAGA Republican apparatchiks. The GOP is actively participating in a fascistic, nationalistic project, and it must be called out. Okay? These words have meanings, and it is not bullying to say so. I love Sarah and Tim. I appreciate our time working together, but I told them as we parted ways that I am afraid that their network was falling into a pattern of both sidesism and a false equivalency. Let's be clear. There is no far left counterpart to the far right in America. On immigration, Republicans are rounding up people, illegal, legal citizens, shipping them overseas without due process. Democrats, the left, don't want to do that. On religious fundamentalism, MAGA Republicans want to install a certain brand of extreme Christian nationalism in our country. Democrats believe in religious pluralism. We do not believe in insisting upon secularism or that there be no religion, a la the Soviet Union. Okay, there is no equivalent. On the economy, Republicans want to completely turn capitalism loose so there are no regulations and hardly any taxes, and that the government does only policing and military and provides no social safety net. Democrats are not purporting that we do communism. We are proposing changes to the market. Republicans are proposing strongman dictatorial rule by Donald Trump. The left is not proposing strongman dictatorial rule by a leftist. We are proposing democracy. These are not equivalent. They are not equally distant from the center. I end every show with the phrase, love each other, Indiana. And I mean it. I am a peaceful, tolerant person. But I fucking hate Nazis. We want to get rid of the fear, hate, and division. But I hate that that the Republican project has used amplified lies, obfuscation, and yes, fear to divide Americans for decades, keeping us fighting amongst each other while they sell our country for parts. And we should be afraid. They are actively speedrunning fascism in front of our eyes. I'm afraid. But courage is holding that fear and going forward. Anyway, look, I've seen A Christmas Story hundreds of times, as I suspect all of you have. Gene Shepard, writer of that movie, Hoosier, by the way. But listen, if I learned one thing from that movie, it's that when faced with a bully, you do not compromise with the bully. You do not talk nice with the bully. You do not, hold hands and sing kumbaya. You punch the bully in the goddamn face. And that, as Forrest Gump would say, is all I have to say about that.